Back to the channel, boys and girls. In this video, we're just going to go over the trade I took yesterday. It was an A+ setup, what I was thinking and why I actually took it. Okay, so before we jump into the trade, let's just go through the higher time frame order flow and see what price is looking to do in terms of high time frame. So let's look at this move here. This move here, price took up previous week high, this ERL right here, and then price seeked internal range liquidity within the discount. Okay, so price came here, first came into this gap here, and then we started engineering sell side liquidity to be taken out. And so this was just an accumulation period right here, and then we boom hit this 4-hour BISI inside the discount of this range. Okay, with SMT, and then we reached back up to previous week high. Okay, so that was completing a ERL, boom, IRL, back to ERL. Okay, now that we back up to here, this is more current order flow right now. Okay, so here we can see price swept previous week low into this gap with SMT, and then we pushed on high. Okay, and we swept up previous week high. But what did we do? We created a 4-hour change in state of delivery. Now I'm looking for price, since we just swept an ERL target, I'm looking for IRL. Now preferably IRL into discount, but as you can see, there is no fair value gaps in the discount of this range. Okay, but what we do have is we have price formed a breaker right here. So I haven't drawn it out because it'll be too messy, but you can see these two up close candles right here. These two up close candles form a breaker. Okay, now price does not have to go into discount or premium if it was bearish, but we do not have to go into discount here because there's a breaker present. So what do we have? We have this 4-hour gap right here, and you can see price is holding it nicely here. Okay, with wicks only wicking in and no body closures in there. Okay, so I can see the breaker present here and a fair value gap here. We have a unicorn setup. Okay, so I'm looking, this is the IRL that we've hit. Now I'm looking for ERL to be hit, previous week high or this buy setup here. Okay, so now that we have that on the 4-hour, let's go over to the 1-hour, and you can see this is the same breaker, this 4-hour breaker. So I don't want to see price go below that really. So I mean, it can definitely go into equilibrium in this range, but again, there's not any major all the way back here. There might be some gaps here, but that's why I want to see what price is going to do with this fair value gap here. Okay, this BISI's here. I want to see what price reacts to that, and that will determine whether we're going to reach these buy side targets up here. Okay, so yeah, so we can see the 1-hour gap here. Let's just remove this. So this is stay on the 4-hour. So we have a 4-hour gap right here, as you saw, and we also have a 1-hour gap within this breaker. So I want to see how price reacts to this gap here. Okay, because there's nothing really else to reach below that. So we come in here, and yeah, we start to respect it nicely. So that's on the 1-hour. So I want to see what 1-hour holds. So this is that 4-hour gap that we're talking about, and I want to see this hold. Now, because we are in a 4-hour gap, which is also a 1-hour gap, the aligned time frame, which I will show you right now. So for the 4-hour, we're looking for a 15-minute change of state of delivery. Okay, we're looking for a 4-hour. In the 4-hour gap, we're looking for a 15-minute change of state delivery to then trade higher. Because we're also in a 1-hour gap, I'll be looking for a 5-minute change of state delivery as well. Okay, so I want to see these first before I look for buy side to get hit. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let's see where price is right now. This is 9 o'clock. Okay, so right before we hit market open, let's just see what we have to offer here. So price has reached here. Okay, so on Monday, you can see we formed this accumulation right here. We formed equal highs here, and also its previous day high. So this could be a good target once we see a change in state of the reality here. Okay, so price comes in, we sweep this low here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is PM session low. Okay, PM session low from Friday. We swept that. Okay, and we have SMT. ES is far behind that. Okay, now why is this not a good trade? Look at this. So we have a 1-hour gap and a 4-hour gap, and we have a 15-minute change in state of delivery right here. So we have our liquidity sweep, we have our SMT, we have our change in state of delivery right here. Oops. Why is that not a good trade? Because this is time of day. Time of day is also important. So look what price does after that. We make the low here at midnight. So with midnight having no manipulation below that, I'll be looking for price to sweep that again. Get a proper manipulation below true day open before. See, this is the midnight level you can see here. No real manipulation below that. I would look to see for price to reach into these gaps here below before trading high. Okay, so this is a fake low. This will be swept later during the day, maybe between market open or 10 o'clock news. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. This is not the trade. This is not a good change state of delivery just yet. Now, let's see. So we have this target up here. Now on the 5 minute. Okay, so now on the 5 minute, this is that 1 hour gap. I'm looking for price, how price reacts to this gap. Come to New York Open and see if we get our change state delivery with SMT, liquidity sweep, all that, to then target these buy side targets up here. Okay, so I've whipped out the quarterly theory tool up here. So we can see from this 6 hour period right here, from 6 to 12, I want to see the quarterly theory play out as well. So what are we looking for in terms of the quarterly theory right here? I'm looking for price to do one of these. Either an X AMD or an AMD X. So that being an X, which is either a continuation or reversal. And then A is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Or an A, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, X. X being continuation and reversal, okay? This one is not so clear in terms of a reversal accumulation, but we can see this is just all one accumulation, okay? We can see we're nearing buy side up here with nothing being taken, no buy side targets being taken yet, and then slowly going lower, okay? So this is our accumulation. So I'm looking for this third quarter, this green one here, to form as manipulation below these lows, and then we can start to target these buy sides up here, okay? So that's what I'm looking for in this quarter theory right here. I'll just use that as a confluence. It's not how I base my trades off. Okay, so look what price does here at 9:30. We sweep the sell side level right here, and we have further SMT. Okay, so originally we swept this low here, and we had the change of state. But time of day, you can see 9:30 manipulated below this low, and we created more SMT. So ES is still above here. Okay, so this is still working. This is working exactly how I'd want it to be. I want it to manipulate lower and then target the buy sides up above. Okay, so let's see on the 1 hour, you can see price is still heavily respecting this gap here. Okay, so back on the 5 minute. Now I want to see price. What does price do now? Okay, so 9:30 is opened. We swept the low and we have SMT. Now I'm looking for a change in state of delivery. Okay, and we also create this gap here that I'll be looking to inverse. So you can see price inverses that gap. Not yet. There, we inverse that gap there, and then that's a trade entry right there. But I was waiting for the 5 minute change in state delivery to then trade into these targets up here. Okay, so as soon as we got that, I think right there, yeah, right there, that's exactly where I entered. So I entered my long position right there, put my stop below this low, and then I targeted all these resting liquidities up here. Okay, so then I targeted up here, right there for a 2 hour trade. So that level right there, and you can see this is like a no-brainer. Price is literally going to come in here and sweep up all these highs up here. So we also had that 15-minute gap right there, which price came in and held. So I'd like to see that inverse, and then that would be more further confirmation that we're going to head to this buy side target up there. So what does price do? Come in. So you can see there's a bit of resistance at that gap, bit of resistance, and right there we inverse that completely. Okay, and then I take out 50% of my contract right here, and then left runners to this target up here. My target was obviously previous day high. I thought we could reach that, and even previous week high. But for me, I just target the low hanging fruits and I leave runners. So I left a runner until this buy side right there and stop at break even. And then obviously this is what price did. Consolidate a little bit there. until right about there. Price took it. Okay, so it was a super clean trade. 2-hour trade. Yeah. So just to recap, what did we have? We had a 1-hour gap right here. Price swept sell side time of day. Okay. With SMT, we had that change in state of delivery, and that was enough for me to enter, targeting the low hanging fruits above. Okay. Plus, we had that XAMD play out, so let's drag that one out here. So if you don't know about quarterly theory, I suggest that you research it, because that will add the time aspect into your trading. So you can see here we had an accumulation period right here, which is accumulated there, manipulated here in the third quarter, and we started to distribute. Here, you can see distribution into there. It wasn't as clean, but we did distribute. Okay, so that's how I like to add time into my trading. Furthermore, we can see here on the 15-minute, let's bring that one out. You can see in the 15-minute, we were completing a market maker buy model right here. So we had the OG consolidation right here, timed highs, previous day high, with this equal highs up here. We had stage 1 accumulation. We also accumulated here, and then stage 2 accumulation here. I'm just going to put accumulation right here. So we accumulated right here, boom, all this accumulation, and then we form our SMR at the bottom right here with liquidity sweep and SMT. Boom, our SMR at the bottom here, and then price, this is the buy side of the curve now, okay? So let's see what price does coming to the latter stage of the day. You can see on the 15-minute, we complete the market maker buy model right here. So super clean trade. The ERL target up here, IRL on this 1-hour and 4-hour gap. What does price do? We have a 1-hour and 4-hour gap here with a 5-minute change in state of delivery and 15-minute change in state of delivery. And then we targeted the buy side targets up here. So that was a super clean A+ trade. That was the trade, guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. So please leave a like, and if you can, subscribe, and see you guys in another one.